Hi, everyone.
Hello. Good afternoon.
This is our first talk in English, so thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, we are so nervous right now, but thank you so much for this opportunity.
My name is Ana Marquez.
And my name is Thiago Marquez.
We are not related, but we have the same last name, just friends.
Yeah.
But we are here to talk about how to build a diverse community with inclusion, accessibility, and empathy.
So, we are from Brazil, Belo Horizonte. It's the sixth most populous city in Brazil. And also, Belo Horizonte means beautiful horizon. So, if you want to come, we'll be proud to receive us there.
And we
Okay.
have the best drinks and food from Brazil.
Yes.
Really. It's the best city. And now we'll start to tell you guys a little history about our community. We both start work on GDG on 2016, and back then, accessibility, inclusion was not a topic discussed in community in our companies and our city. So we were very concerned about that, and we start to sit with our group and define how the proposal, our visions, our community, and how can we help these people. Can we bring the subject to discussion in the group, and our community. And community, by definition, is our group of people who share values, behaviors, and interests in common. And this group here are these people, a group of GDG Belo Horizonte 2016. We share, we are defined by definition, behaviors, about share values, behaviors, interests in common. So a very different group, is like very different ages, different perspectives, and different backgrounds. So allow us to learn with each other and how to build a community to talk about diversity, because we are a very distinct group. And this is allow us to learn a lot. So the more diverse an organization, the more allow us to have different visions and voices about reality. And we start to create a community by purpose.
But I would like to ask you, what is your purpose here today? I could be at home, like play video game, something else, but we're here together to share our knowledge and to have more knowledge with us. And talk about inclusion and diversity is so important today. And we're here to share with us a lot of things we're doing at Belo Horizonte. By definition, inclusion is understanding that each individual are unique. So each person has their abilities, has their differences, and we are here to embracing each other. So we came with this illustration to show that we have exclusion, separation, integration, but what goal here is have inclusion in a community. And diversity is simple, acceptance and respect. We are here to respect each other. For that, we are doing a lot of things. And Anna, what you did?
What we did to talk about diversity and bring this to discussion in our community. On WTM, in Brazil, actually, we have some data that only 20% of the professionals working in the technology market are women. So thinking about that, we start to create new models of meetups for women in our city. So we do Women Tech Makers meetup every month. Always, we have only women's speakers in our events of Women Tech Makers. And we have one in special, happens one time in a year, is the WTM week. We have 6 consecutive days of meetups, mentoring, training. Is a very nice, we can achieve this all these people in 1 week. And the Dev Fest last year was very special because we have 6% of female speakers, and is very special because all these women to talk about technology, not talk about women in technology, because we are tech too, so we can speak for tech, not women in technology. It was a very special event. And this is a gift that we do for every woman at our events. It's a very nice.
Yeah. So in Brazil, every 20 hours, LGBTQI plus people was killed or committed suicide in Brazil. So this data is so big, it's so dangerous. For that, we create this project called Open. Why Open? Because we'd like to have a project plural as possible. So Open is the best name we could find at the moment. And how this project started. 2 years ago, I came to GDG Summit in Brazil with a lot of Brazilians, of course. And I was in the moment we had this conference moment, had a group of human talk about diversity. I was the only guy at the group. And I was thinking how I, as a LGBT person, I could improve our community. So we create the Open as a friend of human tech makers, actually. But for that, we had to be prepared. I had to be prepared for that because at the moment, nobody knows about me. Nobody. And I had to be in front of everybody to say that I am LGBTQI people. It's so hard because we grow with bullying. We grow with a lot of fears, And like I'm shaking because I'm so emotional right now. It's so difficult to be here to speak to all of you that I represented by this flag. And for that, on the Thank you. So, in the registration form, we removed the input sex and gender. For us, it is not important. We asked an open question, like open or project. It's open question. Do we identify with any diversity group? Why? Because this is for us identify who is our community, who are the people that came in your meetups, for example. We handled this first open project with only 30 spots. In 5 days, we had more than 100 subscriptions. And this event was the first event we had 100% of presence. You know that when we're organizing meetups, it's like most 5, I don't know, but it's so difficult. But I don't know why, because of people, because of the marketing, I don't know. But for us, it was so special. And from 30 people in our first event, we had 100 people in our second event. Was on Google Belo Horizonte. Thank you, Ale, for this opportunity. And in 3 days, you have 300 subscriptions. It was amazing. You had to close your form. So after the event, we had a lot of feedbacks. Like, I would like to congratulate the organizers. Their event was great. So I would not read all of this, but it was amazing. A lot of people send us messages in our inbox and like social medias.
When happened the next event?
Yes. So what was amazing? It was an amazing moment. And as Beyoncé say, everyone has a say. Everyone's voice counts, and everyone has a chance to paint the world from their own perspective. And we have to talk about accessibility. In Brazil, 24% of population has some kind of disability. It's more than 40 4 billion people in Brazil. And what is accessibility? It's a kind of to provide equal access and equal opportunity to people with diverse abilities. And last 2 years, I was handling a lot of talks about web accessibility to help people improve their softwares, their interface, their websites. And I meet a guy, this guy, his name is Rafael. Rafael is deaf. And when I went to his university to talk about accessibility, he came to me and communicated with me with another person. Rafael taught us a lot. I invited him to our Dev Fest, and for the first time, you have a sign language interpreter. All tracks have one sign language interpreter. Accessibility is not to exclude people from using their products and services. We are improving their experiences. If you are doing it, we would like to improve experience for a lot of people. And what we have learned.
So the first thing is it's okay to ask for if a person identifies with a diversity group. It's okay. It's very easy. You can put in a form. So every time you do an event, a meetup, it's okay. Ask for personal needs, like you have special need food. You need a different kind of bedroom. You need a mom space, some things like that.
Yeah. Organize your events in accessible locations, like elevators, like bathrooms with a lot of kinds to accessible. And fishbowl is always a great idea.
Oh, this is a very special moment every time we did the fishbowl. People cry. We have a lot of time, like 1 hour. People talk a lot about her experience, and it's a really good idea to people do that in events.
I remember a person that came with until us in the last event and say, why not an event just
Talk
with
about
fishbowl?
yes.
Because people need to share more, you know.
Oh, this is one of the feedbacks that we have. Every time we do a fishbowl is a very special moment, so it's really great. You can do this in your events.
Yeah.
It would be awesome.
And make clear the code of conduct of your community. It's so important. Each event you have to be this clear for everybody. And always ask for feedback after the event.
This is important because you need to ask feedback to learn about your event. Is actually you have to send the feedback form after the event. Don't
Don't waste time to send
have
it.
the time to people respond the feedback. People have to think your event in mind, so you need to send this really fast.
And this is a great idea to improve your event, to know about what you are doing great, what you are doing not great. So it's so important. Exclude to include is necessary. If I handle an event for women, just women, is necessary because they need to tell together. And if I handle an event with LGBTQ plus Y people, they need to share together. And we need to share together to include in our community with other people.
Yes,
It's
you
like
need to
that.
feel welcome too in your.
Our results.
So in our events that we made since 2016, we have all these people impacted directly. This is really nice.
It is all about empathy, right? Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Easy. And to put people in the center of the environment. And as Oprah says, leadership is about empathy. It's about having the ability to relate to and connect with people for the purpose of inspiring and empowering their lives. And for that, we created a mantra, something like that. A lemma.
I don't know how to say it in English.
Yeah. And like we are together, always. So all meetups, we say this. We are together. And for that, thank you so much for your opportunity.